In order to please the YouTube gods, if you are under the age of 18, please do not watch this. If you are, blaze on. Hello everybody, welcome back to Chicago Hydro, your go-to place for hydro and micro grows. I will be moving my upload day to Sundays, so I hope this is more convenient for everyone. Because I have been busy in these last couple weeks, I will now change it so that I can update you guys every Sunday. As you can see, our garden has developed quite a bit since the last time I was in here, so let's quit the dilly-dallying and get right to it. This is week 1 transition into the flower phase. First up, we have the Sweet Deep Grapefruit by Dinafem seeds. The Sweet Deep Grapefruit started off being one of our smaller plants, but has developed into quite a monster in her own way. A lot of the branches are developing a significant number of nodes in the lower portions of them, so these might have to be defoliated later on just to make sure that the top canopy is still the portion of the plant that is receiving the majority of the LED energy. Damn, that's a huge fan leaf. When we do take a look at the top of the canopy, we can see that there are a lot of nodes developing at the top that will become quite dense nugs if we keep up such a good regimen with the light and nutrient cycle that we have going. If we recall, some time ago this was split down the middle, but it's barely even noticeable now. If anything, I would say that this portion of the plant has become thicker and is able to transfer the most nutrients to the top portion of the canopy compared to the branches that were not bothered during their younger portion of life. If we go ahead and look at the root structure, we can see that as always, it is doing magnificently well with new roots developing at the very bottom and the top portion being quite thick and twisted. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, it just means that the plant's getting thirsty. What can you say? We can still see the low stress training taking effect even in the flower cycle. We won't be doing a lot of training compared to the earlier phases of the grow, but still, some low stress training will be needed later on in the flower cycle. Alright, next up we have our bouquet flower being the passion fruit strain by Dutch Passion Seed Company. The passion fruit strain is, as always, doing very well, but is a lot shorter than the rest of the plants in here. That is mainly because I'm assuming there is some indica that's predominantly taking over the structure of the plant, which is what's keeping it quite small and with a lot of nodes in small bundles of places, compared to a more sativa-like strain that will have longer branches and more space between the nodes. I'm not complaining at all. I definitely want to make sure that I do have a cut from this strain to keep a clone or a mother around, but this strain will definitely have to be taken into consideration with how small it will have to be throughout its grow so that it doesn't get towered over by its sativa relatives in here. I have done some defoliating inside of the passion fruit, so I don't have to worry too much about white powdery mildew. The roots on the passion fruit are doing very well, and I don't see any root problems yet to be concerned about. Remember, the more work you do on your root structure in the veg cycle, the less work you'll have to do in the flower cycle, and you'll be rewarded plenty in the bud sites. Moving on to the Do-Si-Do 33 by Barney's farm, we can see that it is developing a significant amount of nodes on the top portion of the canopy, and the branches on the side portion of the canopy are growing quite long, which will allow them to pick up the excess energy that's being distributed by the LED light in between the buckets. This is the benefit of low stress training. We get to space out our plant and use up all of the space that we have in our grow tent. The nodes on the Do-Si-Do 33 are developing quite fast. Do-Si-Do is ahead of the pack by a lot, which is why I had to do some significant defoliation to this one. Without a doubt, I'm sure that we won't be able to see the bottom portion of this plant due to how much the early stretch in the flower cycle will take effect for this plant. Deep back here, we do have our Headband Kush that has only been low stress trained and never topped. That side branch was just something that happened because of the low stress training. I can't wait to see if this plant can catch up, even though it was only in here about 3 or 4 weeks before it got switched to its flower cycle. Well, that's gonna do it for another update in this grow tent. I hope you're enjoying the content we are providing. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I know it's been a while since I last uploaded, but I hope to make it up to you guys by uploading plenty here, on my Patreon, and on Instagram. Just want to give a quick shout out to Mars Hydro for hooking it up with this new LED light. It is doing an amazing job in this tent, and I can't wait to upgrade this one even further. Before we go, I would just like to give a special thank you to everybody who has joined the YouTube community here at Chicago Hydro. I greatly appreciate your support and the time you take to share this content with other stoners. Make sure to follow us on Theweedtube, where I will be uploading cannabis-friendly content without fear of losing my channel. On Instagram, I'll be posting updates on the passion fruit strain as well as day-to-day maintenance on our hydroponics system. I recently made a Twitter account, so go ahead and tweet at me with any questions or future video ideas you might have. The Chicago Hydro Patreon page is where I will be posting daily, so you know exactly what my time is spent on when I'm not editing videos or recording my plants grow. There are perks that go along with every tier, so make sure you pick the tier that's right for you.